know I'm not the easiest to love. I thought I would at least be worth a shot. Instead you gave up on me 2 months in, 'cause my flies were too hard to deal with. Did you even love me in the first place? In the first place? If you did, we wouldn't be in this place. In this place, I wouldn't be here trying to say I'm sorry for parts of me. Did you even love me in the first place? In the first place? In the first place? I know I jump into things too fast. I thought I could trust you right off the bat. Instead you turned my vulnerability against me and tore apart the heart from my sleeve. Did you even love me in the first place? In the first place? If you did, we wouldn't be in this place. In this place, I wouldn't be here trying to say I'm sorry for parts of me. Did you even love me in the first place? In the first place? In the first place? In the first place? Did you even love me in the first place? In the first place?
Happy Wednesday, everyone. How are we all doing? Welcome to Myles Dyer Live, where every Wednesday, except last Wednesday, for a reason that will become clear in a moment if you haven't done some detective work already, or the Wednesday before because I had a work commitment and then I moved it to the Sunday. It's all been a bit of a mess this month. It has been so hectic, and I want to say a massive thank you to everyone for bearing with me. But if you're someone that watches or listens on replay, for many of you, nothing has changed. You just tune in, you listen to whatever I've been posting last. But I did miss hosting it last Wednesday. But I was at Gamescom in Cologne, Germany. And my goodness, if you haven't seen my social post about it, some of the best days of my life, honestly. Not only because the event itself was incredible, but at the end of the day, it's about the people. And it was very overwhelming emotionally for me because I had worlds collide. I had people from all walks of my life, old friends, people that I knew in the industry that I hadn't met before, meeting a lot of my colleagues that I've worked closely with the last 4 months but have never met in person. It was just remarkable. I actually didn't really play many games when I was out there. I was taking care of a booth for Impact Reality XR, of which I work for, and Flat to VR Studios, which is super exciting. And yeah, it was absolutely incredible. But I am cruising on a lot of sleep deprivation. I did sleep a lot last weekend, and it clearly hasn't been enough. So I'm already looking forward to sleeping plenty more. Although, if you're watching this live right now, not only am I hosting Myles Dyer Live, but afterwards I am jumping back into PSVR without parole. I've missed being on that show. It feels like forever since I was last on it. So I will be doing that. And yeah, I just want to say a massive, massive welcome to everyone in the chat. Nick Milo, the Game Cat, says, "What am sleep? What am sleep? Very, very, very interesting. What am sleep? Very profound. I love it. I love it. I just want to say a massive shout out once more to Mojo and Vargelsov, who both are celebrating 2 years of being a supporter. Honestly, and yeah, do hit the like button if you haven't already. 2 years. On the one hand, I'm like, is that how long we've been doing this? No, membership didn't come in until like around episode 50, right? I can't remember exactly, but honestly, massive thank you to everyone who takes the time to tune in. This is always a lovely moment in the week where I get to kick back, chat about all sorts, and enjoy the wonders of this brilliant online community. And it, if people do become a member, and I will always promote it here, become a member. That's not the right one. Become a member for the price of a coffee a month. You get a loyalty badge next to your name. You get some custom live chat emojis, which I'm sure many of you will be using now. And also you get Q&A and comment response priority whenever I'm posting videos or live streams. That latter one probably isn't as important because I'm pretty good at keeping on top of it all. But yeah, that is all there. So yeah, massive thank you to people that have been members. But people that just tune in, massive love to you as well. It's not always about those that put their hands into their pockets, but obviously I'm very grateful for that. Some of you instead have decided to jump on the Quest for Empathy store, where I have all sorts of merchandise, and I'm glad always to see, especially on Discord, images of you with your wonderful, wonderful merch. And actually right now, I love it. I love it so much. It's so comfy, and I'm probably going to buy another one because, yeah, why not? Why not? I love also that a lot of people tune in just to say, can't stay, but I just wanted to say hello, and I love all of you as well. But yeah, let's just go through some of the chat. We've got Amnesia Pete here. We've got Mojo. We've got Canuck Tunes. We've got Paradise Decay, who I had the pleasure of being with in Gamescom. Good to see you, dude. Clem Fandango. We've got Kira Cat Lady. We've got Chaos. We've got David VR. We've got Ben L of the Game Cat Army saying, glad to catch this live again. Wonderful, wonderful to have you here. We've got Karina. Wonderful, wonderful Karina. We got Twitch of the Deuce. Is it Juice? Juice. Game Cat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've also got Philippe. Hello, welcome. We've got Salvador. We've got Loop and the Underground Game Cat, who I also had the pleasure of hanging out with at Gamescom. We've got Game Cat Behemoth. But I will never stop doing that. We've got Popsicle, who says every Wednesday-ish. Yeah, ish. We got Nick. Obviously, I love this quote. It's the quote of the episode. What am sleep? What am sleep? Waleed is now a Game Cat, specifically a White Tiger, says Wednesdays are the... Is that like the what is that in that framing? Wednesdays are the... It's like chef's kiss. Is it the... What is that? And yeah, Mojo is an OG, absolutely. And Mojo says, no, thank you, Myles, for all your amazing content, passion, energy, and just awesomeness. We all love you. Well, not everyone, but I'll take it. Love it, seeing everyone use the penguin emojis. Massive thank you right now from Paradise Decay. Why did I not hear that? Did it not play it? Or is it not? Am I not connected to this? 1 second, guys. I want to make sure this is working. I'm playing it again. You could hear that, right? I can't hear it. Let me just have a look here. Man, this is weird. Could you hear that? I was saying thank you. He says, milk and twiglet funds. Yeah, just a quick summary of what he's on about. When we got to our Airbnb, there was like this massive bag of German twiglets, I'm going to call it. It was a nice snack. So that was always a nice thing to come back to. And as for milk, he had a carton of milk. He took to I think a Meta lunch or like a bar, and he left his milk there. So yeah, that was something. That's kind of the sort of stuff you can expect to see at Gamescom. Those kind of shenanigans, leaving cartons of milk at a pub. Melchiah the Soul Raving Reaving, GameCat, waves. Hello to you. Hello to you. Kira says, I wore my shirt yesterday in 30 degrees and it wasn't too hot. It is actually pretty good with all the heat as well. I love all this promo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mystic, Ryan, good to see you here, dude. Hopefully I haven't missed you quick enough. Did I have a good time at Gamescom? Dude, it always feels a bit weird, right? Because, and by the way, Ryan, you need to come on this and we need to talk PSVR 2 sometime soon. Would love it, love it, love it. So, it's always a weird one because there's a lot of fear of missing out. I know what it's like, and I know you're probably going to be experiencing it now. So, on the one hand, I want to be like, it was rubbish, or as you Americans would say, it's trash. You didn't miss out on anything. And I was saying it a lot to my colleagues who were still like at home, working away. And you're sort of saying this from one side of your mouth, and then at the other, you're like, can you just share this social post of everyone having a really, really good time? Honestly, it was incredible. It was very overwhelming. And as I said from the top, it was emotionally overwhelming for me because I connected with people from all walks of my life. And one of the wildest things, I'm gonna start with this now. There were a lot of people that I knew there, people from IGN, Eurogamer, Digital Foundry, part of Eurogamer, part of IGN. That's all connected now. I think that says a lot. My friend Rob from PlayStation Access was there. And everyone is just so busy with meetings. And I was there for Flat to VR, and we were showing off one game. We were showing up a couple of other ones, but we can't talk about. But it was Trombone Champ VR, which is coming out to MetaQuest, Steam VR, and PlayStation VR 2. And I just want to say from the get-go, something that makes me really proud about joining Impact Reality and Flat to VR is they really are allies for the VR community in the sense of they're listening to the community and they're saying, what do you want bring in from Flat to VR? And I know that Trombone Champ for a lot of people is like, is that something we asked for? It's something I would have loved to have seen, and the game is so much fun. And everyone who played it at our booth, who wasn't expecting much, they all had a smile on their face. But when we had the trailers go out at the VR showcase for the 4 games that we showed, which was Wrath, Flat Out, Trombone Champ, and Robo. Oh man, what was the 4th one? I can see my mind is so dead at the moment. But all 4 of the games said it's coming to MetaQuest, Steam VR, and PSVR 2. And having that parity is such a great statement of solidarity, saying like, we're here for all VR gamers. Because often when stuff comes to PSVR 2, people MetaQuest might be like, why are we not getting it? And on the flip side, stuff comes to MetaQuest, and where is that PSVR 2 logo hidden? And so it was really great seeing that come together. And so I felt really, really proud being on there. And it's really, really good. Oh, here we go. Wait, who's been doing the gifting? Wait. Who's gifted? Oh, Mojo, you're unbelievable. I still can't hear the cheers. Hopefully you can. Thank you, Mojo. So I want to say a massive shout out to Q Creator. I'm going to try and reset my AirPods and see if that helps. Ben L of the GameCat Army. Jordan H. It seems to be kicking back in now. Phil PP the GameCat. And GameCat Drax 72. Oh, wow, there's even more. Hooked Worm. So yeah, this is really, really good. Nick says, Myles, if they're working on BioShock, blink at least 10 times before the end of the stream. Trust me, the amount of stuff that we've got going on behind the scenes, and when I say that, it doesn't necessarily mean active development, but like conversations of that is so exciting. And I like championing VR, but to be actively behind the scenes now, sort of helping with this stuff. I mean, I'll just give you a bit of behind the scenes. All the games that are coming out on Flat to VR, I've spoken to all the devs and I've said, if there's one thing you do for PSVR 2, make sure there is a platinum trophy. Because I said a lot of indie devs put their games on PSVR 2 and there's no platinum. It just happened with Compound. Compound is this really amazing game that has a really difficult curve for the end game. And the reality is, if it had a platinum trophy, I would probably grind those harder levels. Whereas because it doesn't, I'll play a lot of it because I love it, but it really makes the difference. And so they're taking that on board. Ryan says, Flat to VR is such a fascinating company to me. Really excited to see what you can all do in the next 5 to 10 years as a mediator for teams that aren't equipped for VR porting. This is exactly it. And actually, last night on our XR Update podcast, we had an interview that was pre-recorded before Gamescom with the developers that are working on Hellsinger VR. So porting Hellsinger, or Metal Hellsinger to Metal Hellsinger VR. And there's just this real energy, people. And I am going to talk about Gamescom in a moment. And Looper got to play it and said, Trombone Champ is amazing. I really hope you'll figure something out with the controls and or notes layout prior to release. There won't be anyone to grab my hands and make them move the right way. Yeah, there's a lot of, it's still in development and that is something that's been actively looked at. If you're wondering what we're talking about, basically in Trombone Champ, when you're doing it, you're meant to be doing this. But because you're doing this on the actual notes, they're going up and down. So when you push away, I think it goes down to the lower notes. And if you bring it in, it goes higher to the higher notes. But because you're visualizing something going up and down, it's very easy for people to start doing this instead of out and in. And so that's something that's been looked at. But this is one of the great things about showing games on that sort of stuff. Don't be shy. Thumb up the stream. Man, I've got a few cool things to talk about with Gamescom. But something I just clipped out was actually from Ian Higton from Eurogamer. We got him to play a bit of Trombone Champ. Do you want to see it? He's actually got the full video up, but I just clipped this bit out. So check this. Yeah, absolutely incredible. And as Mojo says, it was actually on this live stream about a year ago. I played Trombone Champ on here, and I said on it, I know there's a mod. I hope it comes to PSVR 2. So when I joined Impact Reality and I saw internally it's been worked on for PSVR 2, I was just like, oh, this is amazing. Dreams come true. That ending, classic. I know, it's so emotional when you hear that familiar tune, right? So, yeah, there is that. So, firstly, I want to say a massive shout out to Maeva from Beyond Framed, who actually organised at Gamescom in the business area the home of XR space. This is what it looked like. Let me just I'm just looking through all my photos at the moment. We got it. Where is it? Here we go. This was it, the home of XR. And so it was a space that you could only enter in through the front. You could only go there from appointments, which was great because it just meant that it wasn't overly crowded. We had the space that was needed for playing VR games. And there was a lot of great developers there. Everyone from Combat Waffle Studios that obviously did Ghost of Tabor, and they've got 2 other games coming out. Flat to VR Studios, got to shout us out. Maze Theory, who did the Doctor Who VR game that many of you will remember me playing, and also Peaky Blinders. And then we've got, who else? Oh, End Dreams. Wonderful to see my brothers in End Dreams showing off a variety of games there. Fast Travel Games and Vertigo Games. I mean, Fast Travel Games was an example of me feeling kind of emotional. So many of you will remember in January of last year, Brian from Without Parole was invited to go to Fast Travel Games in Sweden. He wasn't able to go, and he said, "Hey, Myles, would you like to go?" And I was like, "Sure, would love to." And I went out there, and it was just before the PSVR 2 got launched, and I got to get my hands on it. So I was like one of the first in the world to go on PSVR 2, and I think I was one of the first to post like a candid hands-on, like, here it is, and just giving a very layman's sort of description of what the headset was. And when I was out there, I met with a lot of these VR content creators that I knew of, and was discussing with them. And it wasn't that I felt inferior, but I was like, I'm out here because I do Without Parole. I owe so much to Brian and the team and the community that allowed me to have this experience. But it was also the sense of like, I don't make VR content on my own channel. And I was like, I need to find out a way of doing it. And so then I get home, and then Sony get in contact and say, hey, we want to send you a PSVR 2 headset for launch. Again, mind blown. And it just became increasingly real of like, okay, the industry is, I was going to say taking me seriously, but I don't want to say that in a really like, I don't know, a pretentious way, but like, they obviously were like, they saw me as a reasonable person to be engaging with on PSVR 2 stuff. And so I started doing the Let's Plays of every single PSVR 2 game on this channel. And ever since then, it's been something that I've had my foot in the door on. And Fast Travel Games, that was just a big turning point for me out there. Andreas, who works there, Chief Marketing Officer, really, really good. And just all the content creators. So I met them all there. And then it's like a year and a half later, I was let go from my job at the start of the year. I had a real sense of like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Went to PAX East. Wes, AJ, and Brian said incredibly kind words about me. Wes said, because of how I conducted myself, to send him a resume. I did. I got chatting with Impact Reality, and they took a shot with me. And honestly, I still cannot believe my luck with Impact Reality. I was going to say, forget Flat to VR Studios. Let's not forget Flat to VR Studios. But Flat to VR Studios, I was a massive fan of the mission. I think that is the North Star, especially PSVR 2 needs if we're ever going to move into that next phase of, okay, we've got people that are already bought into VR, converted to the new headsets. How do we get more people on board? And it is this world that you absolutely love. Now you can live in it in VR. But like Impact Reality XR alone has been magical. And so going to Gamescom, meeting my colleagues, and then meeting Fast Travel Games, and even content creators were just like, a lot of them were just saying, Myles, we're so happy for you. And I don't know, just like when people just, I was going to say when people voluntarily, of course they're voluntarily saying it, but a lot of people went out their way and said incredibly kind and supportive words to me. And it meant a lot because it's been a long journey for me. And I took this from a heavy metal song title, which is "Home is where the heart is." Like, it's one of my favorite sayings, and it's like, this feels like home. And it's not only that I feel at home, like, it's not imposter syndrome. When I was going to these events before, I felt like I was on the outskirts. PSVR 2 people who focus just on that can be a bit of an outcast as well, because obviously, you know, MetaQuest, they have all these big events for MetaQuest creators, which I think is amazing. You got Meta Connect coming up, is it? PSVR 2, like, they supported at launch, but it's all very downbeat from that. And like for PSVR 2, we really feel like these underdogs trying to champion, not under disillusionment. We talk about the challenges when they happen, but we also talk about the good things that happen as well. And so, yeah, just getting that acknowledgement. And Nath Dighton, who works for We Are Reach, PlayStation Access, he used to host on it. I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but he was actually, then I was going to say the thing that he might mind. I just bumped into him and he was trying to find the way out, because at Gamescom, it was massive. I mean, 340,000 people went there. It was huge. And I helped him find the way out because we were heading out as well. And as we departed, he just said the words, he just said, "Myles, I'm so happy that you finally found people that love VR as much as you do." And I was just like, dude, that's so amazing to hear. So, yeah, that is kind of the context. So on top of it, and I'll talk about, you know, show photos of people I hung out with. I was telling you that there were a lot of people there at this event. Someone, and by the way, I need to applause. I heard it that time. Mojo, $20, £20, which is like $25. Hope you get to more events and meet more people in your same line of work. I definitely will be, and thank you very much. And Nick says, yeah, you worked your butt off at PAX. You deserve the recognition. I appreciate that, man. I definitely worked my butt off at Gamescom. I was constantly chasing down people and just bumped into so many. But the one I'm going to end with was, I'm a massive fan of metal and rock music, and there is a great band in the world called Lacuna Coil. And Christina Scabier is the vocalist. she's amazing. I think she was host of The Voice in Italy years ago. But she's a massive gamer, and like follow her on socials. She's just such a ball of energy, and I adore her. I think she's amazing spirit, full of positivity, good vibes and everything. Never met Christina before. We speak occasionally on like Instagram DMs, but it's that kind of thing of like, we just chat with people online. You're not friends or anything like that. You just occasionally chat. We have a mutual friend, and we were always thinking about connecting. And then when she announced she was going to Gamescom, I was like, we should definitely connect. We'd love to show you some VR. And she's like, oh yeah, let us know. And as she turned up and that, we just weren't able to connect. And then I think the booths like closed fully. The appointments closed at 5 p.m. on the Friday. That was the last day. And then I get a message from her saying, oh, this is where I am. So I went to meet with her, and it was with her videographer. And then we hung out for an hour, brought her back to the Home of XR booth, showed her Trombone Champ, showed her on a separate a game by Team Beef or a mod that they were doing. And it was actually funny because we turned up to the Home of XR booth, and she's an amazing singer, and they were singing Happy Birthday. And I thought, what a perfect place to join in on. And so like everyone's hanging out, and there's me like I was gonna say fanboying. In my head I'm just like, this is so surreal right now. Like, this is someone I've always wanted to hang out with. Not only are we hanging out, we're having beer, we're chatting about music, and I'm showing him VR. And she has PlayStation VR too, so I'm gonna get her tapped into a few games to definitely check out. And so we hung out, and I'm just gonna dig up some of the photos. It was absolutely surreal. Where are we? Here we go. Am I able to zoom out? There we go. Yeah, like absolute. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. Casually chatting with the vocalist Lacuna Cool, and then meeting her. It was great, and I've got some video footage of her playing some Trombone Champ. Let's find it. It was really, really funny. This is so funny.
Oh my god, I'm very bad.
Bad is better in this game.
Oh my god. Thank goodness I'm singing.
She was really good at it.
Never played the trombone before?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really good fun. She was awesome, and it was really, really good. The booth that we had was amazing. Let's have a look here. I'm just trying to find a photo of the booth. This is Nacy. Nacy, I adore Nacy. So again, just really good energy. Nacy and we hung out a year and a half ago at Fast Travel Games, but that booth is just incredible. It was a really good space. And if anyone's not heard of Lacuna Coil, look up Lacuna Coil. Really, really, really good. But yeah, it was amazing. And so again, massive shout out to Maeva for organising it. Incredible. And I know that she was so stressed, like as you would be when you do an event, you want it to go well. It couldn't have gone better. And Jamie, who did the VR showcase with Xena, they were at the front making sure that everything was going well. It was just it was just so well done. So yeah, just much love to all of them. I'm just having a look through my photos now of some of them. Let's have a look here. I mean, this was me when I arrived at the booth when we were kicking off. Some of this you might have seen on social. Again, kind of surreal, guys. Like, you think I was like live streaming the game flat screen, and then I'm playing the unflattened version and showing people it. So yeah, I can't wait for it to launch. I think it's just going to do so well. Beardo Banjo, really good guy, man. Just everyone is just such positive energy, and this is not saying people are positive because they have to be. I think just the very nature that VR is still quite niche and small means it just filters out anyone that has bad energy, like, because everyone kind of knows each other, and it reminds me of the old YouTube days as well. People don't have time for that. I'm just being careful with the images I show because some people have their names showing. Dude, I was in a restaurant bathroom and I took this photo because look at behind me. Fire, look at that. They had screens of fire in the background. Awesome. Mr. and Mrs. Grey Wolf. Amazing energy. Love them so much. Alex, who I worked with, this was him having his lunch in our storeroom. I just love doing that long shot. It was really, really good. Let's have a look here. Team Beef. They're working on Wrath. Eon of Ruin. These guys are incredible. So for those that don't know, Team Beef, they... I've got to be careful. I've got to talk about what I'm allowed to talk about. They've done a lot of modding of like classic like Doom games and stuff like that. And Wrath, Eon of Ruin is a 3D Realms game that came out a few years ago, and 3D Realms did Duke Nukem. So you know what I'm asking. Can we do Duke Nukem 3D in VR? And it's always down to two things. It's who owns the rights to the game, but then it's also who owns the source code, because you need the source code to be able to port it. Because it gets messy, because when you think about like PlayStation classic properties you would love to see, like Crash Team Racing or Crash Bandicoot or Spyro, these are like classic PlayStation games that are now under Activision and now under Xbox. And like there's a lot of great things that were on PSVR, like Skyrim VR. Would love to see that come to PSVR too. Doom and Bethesda, although Martin Stratton, the creative director of Doom Eternal, had publicly said when they were working on Doom 2016 that they have no intention of looking into VR. They think, I can't remember, I don't want to misquote him. It wasn't that he said it's too niche. It was just like it's not a priority for X number of reasons, which I disagree with. So there's that. Let's have a look here. Who else we got? Anna Ribeiro. Many of you will know. Just amazing creator. Really good friends with her. She did all the Pixel Ripped games, and it was our first time hanging out at a convention together. So it was really, really good hanging out. If you have PSVR or PSVR 2 and you haven't checked out a Pixel Ripped game, it's such a love letter. Especially Pixel Ripped 1995, because that's like for the Mega Drive or Sega Genesis, as you call it. I want a lot. All good looking women, lucky man. Dude, VR gamers are pretty good looking, which is so ironic because it's a medium where everyone has something covering their face. Pixel Ripped is so good, man. Like it really, really is. Anna is just all really positive energy. All positive energy. This is completely random. This was just something I saw in a shop on the walk home. So I was talking about positive energy. I don't see this as positive energy, but I just thought I'd share this. This is just a photo on my phone. What else we got here? Walking past our booth was Jules, who was from What Culture Gaming. We hung out. He invited me for a beer afterwards. Again, hope he doesn't mind me saying this. He just says that we should collaborate somehow on his game show that he does now, because he wants to cover VR more. So again, any chance to champion VR, especially PSVR 2, I'm all there. What up, Gamer Tag? What up, GT? Good to see you here, dude. Do you know, actually, something that I find really interesting about events, and it's why I'm being very careful with these photos, because some people have their names showing on it, is a lot of people go just by their username. And so anytime I'm talking to people on the showroom floor, I always pause. So most people probably think he's forgotten my name. And it's not, I'm just always paranoid of blurting out people's names. By the way, they had such... so I was there for like 4 days. I probably spent 2 hours in total exploring. That was 1 hour after the final closing to go round as many booths as I could to play some games. Am I allowed to say this? I'm going to be very careful. End Dreams let me check out something that was really exciting. I'm allowed to say that because that could mean anything. I love End Dreams. Love what they do. And I'm pretty sure I can mention this. Vertigo Games were showing off Metro at the booth. I played 10 minutes because I didn't have enough time. And they said to me, oh, did you have enough? I was like, no, I didn't have enough. I just had to move on to other things. That was how like busy things were with work and stuff. Just like didn't get to play as many games as I wanted. And I know a lot of creators felt the same walking around the showroom floor. I went one morning and I was seeing stuff like this, which was just, I mean, look at this. I mean, just what a sight. I want to know what the budget was of creating that. People had a boardroom meeting and went, what do we want on our booth? And they went, that. And they went, how much? And they're like, they're going to charge us 100K to do it. And they're like, let's do it. And it worked because we're all doing it, talking about it. I realised it muted me when I started talking. You are a workhorse. Yeah, I worry myself sometimes. I'm just passionate. And when you don't get opportunities like that every day and stuff. I don't know if it was 100K, but all I'm saying is you would be surprised from going to I've been to cybersecurity conventions. Obviously, YouTube have their own, but I remember 12 years ago at VidCon to get Wi-Fi at your booth, it was $4,000-$5,000 for the week. You know, things are super expensive because they can. But yeah, I was just saying the showroom floor. This was the front of it. Oh wow! Apparently 100K per 30 seconds. Isn't it? Is it $1 million per second for the Super Bowl? Isn't that what it is? But look at this. It's just I love the vibe. It just looks great. It looks great. I still couldn't tell you what it is. One of my favorite pieces was meeting the Doomslayer. This was actually the one thing I was hunting down the whole time. I just wanted to find the Doomslayer, and I did. And it was epic. What else we got? Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog. Always got a shout out for Sonic. Going after his rings. Check this out, right? This is Kingdom Come. What's it called? Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. This is how you do a booth. Just need my shaky hands, but oh no. Next time he'll return. But look at this. I'm just going to skim it. I love that. If I was doing a pan shot, you'd think I was in a movie. If I was a bit closer. Because they have actors and everything. Hey Dino, good to have you here. And welcome everyone, by the way. Love having you here. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. Yeah, it was incredible. Because, yeah, just as a disclaimer, this channel isn't a gaming channel, although I do VR. I do Let's Play every VR game, but this Wednesday show, we talk everything from mental health to well-being to life hacks to world events to also gaming and stuff like that. So there's all that sort of stuff. Gamer Tag, you subscribed twice. Much love, dude. Karina says, my beautiful people in the chat, love you all. Gotta leave now. Take care of yourselves. Much love. Bye, Karina. I don't know if that's a farewell sound effect, but we're going with it. Also, they had stuff like this. Check this out. Here we go. Look at the size of that. And to the left, you can see the... You can see the arcade machines to the left. It's just... look at that. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Also, I had to check out the Lego section. Anything Sonic related, I am there. Also a Lego Bowser. Really, really good. Even Team 17 were there. I just took a photo of their booth. Much love for Team 17. Team 17, right? Team 17 have games I would love to see come to VR. For example, Overcooked. Overcooked in VR would be amazing because Cooking Simulator VR I thought was really, really good. And like I like all these like mixing drinks, like working at a bar, like star tenders. But the thing I always go away saying is, why didn't they have multiplayer? Like if you were working in a bar in VR, how cool would it be that you're in a bar or in a kitchen serving and you can see your friend like in a kitchen opposite and you're basically trying to prepare food as quick as you can, whilst also, doing the best presentation, and you're trying to compete against someone opposite. That just has so much more longevity. Overcooked VR, right? It's got to happen. It's got to happen. I would love it. And Worms. Yes, Worms VR. Worms VR would be great. Made it sound like Karina was a fairy leaving with that. Just the... Be gone with you. Moving out. Oh, man. Moving out would be... So I couldn't get into that game. I found that way too stressful. But then when I played Overcooked with my mum and my dad, my mum was loving it. My dad was going, why do people play this? How about this? Farming Simulator. Farming Simulator 25. They've got a proper farming vehicle there. Be great. There we go. Right, what else? Oh, and then here was me at the they were it was me I didn't know how to be a ninja. I saw someone going before me and they were more awkward, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to be a ninja. And that's me in my ninja pose while wearing my branded gear. I mean, it's fine. It looks better on my social post because I edited the image to make it look a bit more gritty. Something I still need to, and I was talking to loads of creators, is I want to learn how to pose for photos. I'm fine with like up close selfies, but like if you're in front of like a Gamescom sign, that I just don't know what to do with my arms and my legs. I don't know like what poses. I just always feel I look ridiculous. And I've watched some YouTube videos. Always have a bit of an angle. Always make shapes. So don't have your hands down by your side. Like do shapes and stuff. And then like have a prop if you can. So like even if it's just like holding a collar or something like that. I don't know. I need to look at more videos, but that's something I definitely need. And I do apologise, Time to Play. You say, yo, Myles, I've seen so much of you on YouTube past few days. I really apologise, man. If you pay for YouTube Premium, I can't guarantee it, but just speak to them. They might give you a refund. Can't acknowledge or deny. Also got to hang out with the wonderful folk at Oktoberfest VR. We're working with them on this social game. It's coming to MetaQuest. It's basically you're in Oktoberfest, but in VR, and it's an absolute joy. So it was great. What else we got here? We've got Jasmine, founder of Impact Reality and Flat to VR. Jasmine, again, just wonderful, wonderful people with such good energy, and like always enjoyed chatting with Jasmine. Always doing 100 different things and always able to smile, but like just it was so great catching up with colleagues and that, and the branding behind for the Home of XR was really, really great. What else we got? This I'm not allowed to say anything about this, Team Beef again, and a Madison. Actually, it's not Madison VR. It's a Madison shirt. They should do a Madison shirt. But really, really good. Gamer Tag says, "I'll be blunt. I'm here for the Paradise Decay stories." We did talk about it at the earlier because he did donate for the milk and the Twigglers, which was a big thing. Paradise Decay, what a character! Never met him before. It was incredible. Oh, that's a nice photo, but I can't share it because it's showing his second name on his name tag. Oh man, I really want to show you this photo. Maybe I could quickly delete it. Oh, this one's fine. Looper with Skiva. There we are. It was great seeing Looper there. Awesome. And then I also, one of End Dream's games I got to check out was this. Vendetta Forever. Dude, I know. There were so many people. Do you know, I think we did get a photo together, but I think someone else took it. There's a lot where people have taken photos, but maybe we didn't. On the last day, I was panicking, going, I haven't taken photos. Right, this game, like Beardo did it in 17 seconds the level. I didn't even manage to complete it. I sucked at it. I was so bad at it. So, yeah. But, yeah. Madison VR I am going to return to. I just need to do it when I'm in a better place mentally because it's going to kill me. Jörg Tittel, who is from Rapid Eye Movers, he gave me a break when I got let go from my job at the start of the year. I was working with Rapid Eye Movers on their C-Smash VRS release to Meta. Love the guy. He was the first guy to call me when I got let go and had a really good chat. And he's always checking in on me, like really, really good guy. And John Linneman on the right is from Digital Foundry. Love the guy. We've always spoken online, but it's that kind of thing where he does Digital Foundry and he's a big advocate for VR. And I was like, dude, come check it out. And he had a really good time with Trombone Champ. So that was really, really good. But this was the other thing is there was a lot of people I met up there with who I speak to online, like in the industry. So like John is an example. Christina, I mentioned earlier. Ian Higton. People that I know a lot, but like until you meet, you're just like names online. And it's not that people are suspicious, it's just a noisy place. You know, there's so much conversation. And like when you connect in person, you just sort of see people as the person they are, and you just like you deepen that connection. And yeah, it was really, really great seeing John there and getting him to try out some stuff. Let's have a look here. Have I got anything else? Here's some of the team. Here we go. Some of the Flat to VR and Impact Reality. I really wanted to wear a Flat to VR shirt, but I did the Impact Reality because that's what we are. And I do have a shirt. Oh, you sent me a photo. Where did you send me it? Oh, there we go. Let's have a look. Oh, dude, you got one. Here we go. This is it. I thought we took one together. Right, I'm throwing it up. Thanks, GT. Let's have a look here. Oh, dude, it does the HEIC file. Is it going to work? It does. There we go. Look at us. This must have been early on, right? This must have been early on before we were absolutely exhausted. But yeah, just good. Good being all in the same frame and that. So yeah, really, really good. Oh yeah, it was Alex. Alex had an awesome flip phone where it's really square and concise. So you're actually taking, so like, you know, you want to use the front camera. So basically, I'm scared of snapping my own phone. I couldn't do it. But basically it bends that way. So when you take a selfie, you're using the good camera. Genius. Really, really good. Is there anything else? I mean, I guess I could open it up now to questions about Gamescom if anyone has any questions. But like for me, it was great coming together of people. There wasn't enough time to do everything. I'm glad I got out before like the full weekend started because that would have been really, really tough. But sort of going back to what I said at the beginning, it's never that I felt unwelcome by the VR community. I've always felt the complete opposite. Everyone is always super nice and gracious with their time. But it is the first time that I've been to one of these events, and I feel like I found my place in the VR community, which is like, you know, I'm championing stuff for Impact Reality, XR, doing social strategy for a lot of games and stuff, and working that way. And also I do coverage for PSVR 2. So yeah, I mean, that alone made it a very special week. But again, meeting colleagues for the first time, meeting a lot of people that I respect from the industry in person, getting to showcase Trombone Champ and some other ones, and just seeing people's faces light up. You know, being on the other side of a booth. I've been to many events, and I see people. I've run booths before for like cybersecurity. It's a bit different. And also, I was ready to do the booth for VR, because the thing I do most when it comes to VR, either at my home or at Christmas time with family, is putting other people in the headset. You know, I love watching other people go in, so I had that practice. And thank you. This is the thing, is we're always growing, and like, I turned 38 in February, and we were talking about this a lot actually. Like, I've done a lot of mentoring in schools, and one of the most common questions you get asked is like, "How did you know what you wanted to be and stuff?" And I would always sort of go, "I'll let you into a secret. You never truly know what you want to be, because life is, even in today's day and age, more fluid than ever. And so it's totally okay if you don't know what you're doing, or if things don't feel right. You just got to keep your head high, because if you keep your head held high, you'll see opportunities as they come their way. And that can be very difficult when you go through periods. When I lost my job at the start of the year, I'd just been promoted. I just launched a product for this cybersecurity company. I didn't think I was 100% safe, but I thought I was pretty good because of all the things I've just mentioned. And I loved it. But when I got let go, I was like, sooner or later I'll look back and realise this was for the right reason, and everything happens for a reason. But that's never guaranteed, you know. But I kept my head held up high, and a lot of what I've been able to do today comes from a lot of planting seeds, and that includes people I get to hang out with. It's not just like messaging people and going, "Hey, I'm at Gamescom, want to hang out." It's like, these are people I've had conversations with, even if it's just occasionally over a year or two. And people say I'm very good at networking. I don't like using that phrase, because when I think of networking, I think of it in a very transactional way. I'm just very passionate about people. I'm someone that when I see like a creator that I really appreciate is doing something, and I can give them some of my time to help them with strategy to improve what they're already doing, I do it. I've always done that. Like, the last 20 years I've been in the industry, and I often get people quite suspicious, saying like, "Oh, why are you helping me? Yeah, what do you want for this?" It's like, I don't want anything. When you can offer people some advice or tips, because you know they're doing something special, and like with that little bit of advice, you see them absolutely run with it and take off. For me, it's super, super rewarding. And yes, it was my first Gamescom. Gamertag says, being part of the bigger VR picture is the best part. One day the scene will blow up, and I can't wait to see it. Meeting people in the channel always energizes me for days. It definitely feels reminiscent of YouTube in 2006, 2007. It really does. It's a shame that when you work these, you practically get no time to check out the other booths. Yeah, it was a shame, but I just feel like a lot of for me, in the home of XR, I'm having conversations with these devs, and also I think with the coverage I do as well. Like, of course, it'd be cool to check, and I did check out some stuff. It was fun, but for me, I mean, I think I can say this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can. I was offered a pre-build of Madison VR like months before it came out, and I turned it down, and I said the reason why is I do these live stream let's plays. I like to keep them as first impressions, especially when it comes to horror games, because firstly, you know, you want to get the true scare when you're live streaming, and also I don't want to go through Madison VR unless I have to. And they were totally cool about it. But I can imagine some people going, you turn that down? And so for a lot of these, like, it would be cool to like try out a lot of these games, but a lot of them I'm like, I'd rather just experience it when it comes out. And that's kind of the dynamic I do, is I like to live stream games when they come out, so it kind of works better. But of course, being at Gamescom, for me, and this is kind of like my biggest takeaway from it, is I can't remember what the line was. I came up with a really cheesy line about it. I basically said, I'm just going to load up my Instagram because it was on my Instagram post. I basically said, yeah, I said great games are awesome, but great people are irreplaceable. Like the games are going to be there to play. The people spending time in the same place, and like people are my lifeblood. They really are. Like that's where I get my energy. So it's really, really good there. I look 28, dude. Yeah, I know. I'm getting a lot of grey hairs that are coming out the side now, but yeah, I definitely don't look my age, and I hope that continues to remain. Honestly, so many kind words. Really, really appreciate it. Honestly, like I know what it's like because I've been there commenting on content creators, and sometimes you feel you get lost in the comments and stuff, and you feel like if I say it, does it mean anything? There was Dan Murrell. He covers movie reviews. I can't remember what he used to work for a company, but now he does his own and he does good movie reviews. He just did an update video and it was just about the fact his studio's changed. I think he just got divorced. And I did that thing that a lot of people do, which is, hey dude, I never comment on your videos, but just wanted to say much love to you. And I know that you speaking about this will help a lot of people. Never underestimate the weight that you can have with things that you say, even though things can be busy. You said value driven once. Yeah, man, life is value exchange. And that's like at the heart of when it comes to social media content strategy. It's always, I've always thought about doing this for a while. I'll do one episode about social media strategy and like my ethos behind it, because I have quite a big philosophy when it comes to social media content and strategy. But a big part, and by the way, none of this is completely new. This is just my representation of it. But when you're engaging online, it's about being more of a value add than a value takeaway. Now, what do I mean by that? A value add is going out there into the world and offering information or entertainment or engagement of some kind, because people are giving you their attention. The value take is having a call to action, like subscribe or check out our merch or check out this video. And it's totally okay to do those things, but you always want to ensure that you're doing a value add. It's like a net add. You want to make sure that when you're making content, you're giving more than you're taking away. And again, that's quite an obvious point, but I think that if you're ever thinking of a social post that you're doing, I'll give you an example. Whenever I talk about, and I did this the other day, I mentioned that I was really depressed after Gamescom because I knew it was going to happen. I was like, I'm on such a high right now. I'm going to be so depressed. And as I was typing the tweets, whenever I talk about mental health, I will never just put, I'm feeling bad. I will always contextualize it in a way that has something of constructive worth. So I said something along the lines of, this is a completely natural struggle that you have when you come off from a high. So take care of yourselves. So it was a moment of empathy, saying anyone out there who's feeling down, totally natural. Be good to yourselves. And it's also something that I was sort of saying to myself. So that's an example of a value add. The value take is me putting myself out there going, I'm feeling depressed because someone will probably say something nice in return, and a lot of you did, and I love you for it. But I want to make sure there's a value add in there as well. I don't want to just post something that's give me something. I want it to be positive for other people as well. Networking has work in the title. It does indeed. Right, sorry, I'm just catching up with chats. This chat is amazing. My social media strategy aside from YouTube and Twitter is mute notifications. Yeah, that can be a good one. And yeah, I did stay up on the last night. I didn't go to sleep because my flight was at what? It was 7 a.m, wasn't it? I lost you. Where did I lose you? Tell me, Mike. Tell me where I lost you. I don't mean to lose you. Cool. Right. Any other questions, people? And then we're gonna wrap things up with final thoughts, which makes me sound like wasn't that Jerry Springer? Didn't Jerry Springer used to do that? Now for my final thought. Be good to each other. All that sort of stuff. He did that just after letting people punch the shit out of each other. Paradise Decay. I fell asleep on the train home. Man, that would see, falling asleep on a plane is fine because you are going to be woken up at your stop. But on a train, although there is the end of the line for you as well, wasn't it? If it was the Eurostar and things like that. I am not jet lagged. I am just sleep deprived. I also took a COVID test because I was feeling rough and it came out negative. So That's good. I'm going to give it a few more days. I want to take my dad to the movies to see Alien Romulus. I've seen it already, but I want to take him to 4DX because it was incredible. Dude, Ryan, honestly, man. And for anyone that doesn't know, Ryan Mystic, and I'm not just saying it because he's here. Like, this is one of the reasons I've always admired him. One of the best content creators in the world of PlayStation out there. He does, and actually, just to be clear that I'm not blowing smoke up his ass, I don't watch all his videos. He does a lot of great content all week through, but must listen. And when I used to do PSVR Without Pro, 11 o'clock at night my time, when I was like driving and doing food shopping before the show, a part of my prep would be listening to his show on Friday, which is Let's Talk PlayStation. It's every Friday. And he basically summarizes everything in the world of PlayStation in a really analytical, concise, non-hyperbolic way. Honestly, it's just so good. I was going to say it's concise. The episodes are like 20, 30 minutes long, but there's a lot to talk about. But really, really excellent. And so I'm absolutely hyped to have him here. And Ryan, we should definitely connect. Like, come on this sometime. It's a much smaller show than I know the podcast you do. But it would be great just to talk about like PSVR 2 and what it needs to do, because I always appreciate your perspective. And there's a lot of people in the chat actually that I'd love to have. Oh man, Jerry Springer was peak TV. Yeah. Oh man, I can't believe he passed. That's crazy. Matthew says, in terms of smellscape on the scale between Floral Forest and Fan Expo, how was Gamescom? Right, this might say something worse about me than everyone else. I didn't think it smelled that bad there, but maybe that's because I smell absolutely terrible. I thought our space was very well taken care of. To be honest, we weren't in a very sweaty environment because there was a lot of space, so that was pretty good. So yeah, that is my answer. People can correct me. But yeah, that is it. It smelled okay. Okay, that's good. All right, people. I need to take a break because I've been working all day since 13 hours ago. Just done this. I now need to rest a little bit before PSVR Without Pro in 55 minutes. And then I've got some more work to do. But honestly, thanks so much, everyone. Normally, the last Wednesday of the month is a Q&A. We've had a bit of that. Was there an Axe body spray booth? I think they were a sponsor there. Or were they not? I don't know. I'm making it up. But yeah, normally it's a Q&A, but because I missed last week and obviously Gamescom, it felt right to talk about it on here. So yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone. And there was something I forgot to mention in the chat. This entire time, every week, we always have a puzzle. We always have a puzzle that you can do. And it is of thumbnail. I didn't shout it out, so it hasn't even been attempted yet. If anyone wants to do it afterwards, I'll put the link here. See if you can complete it. Basically, you click on a tile, you click on another, and it switches them around. And if it flashes green, it means it's in the right place. If it's red, it's in the wrong place. And yeah, and for anyone that has never been on this live show before, just to let you know that after the end credits, I come back for a post-credit scene. So if you're up for it, stick around. But yeah, listen, everyone, so much good energy. Massive, massive thank you right now to Smashfuller, who says, with the 10 Australian dollars, character holding their hands together saying thanks. Oh, that's the image. I need to drag that up and put it on there. Thank you very much for the sticker. And yeah, I'll see some of you on Gamescast in 54 minutes. But yeah, honestly, heart is full. This is what I live for, is people that just want to make the world a better place. And that isn't always about the high level ideas. It's not always about doing charity work or volunteering and stuff like that. All that stuff is important. And I'll give you an example, actually, as a final thought. Do you know what I will do after the end credits? So yeah, take good care of yourselves, people. Love you all. Hopefully we'll come up with a topic for next Wednesday. We'll do something good. But yeah, love, respect, empathy, and adios. Till next time. Let me hear your final thoughts. And then we might do vitamin G afterwards as well.
on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes. Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes. Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes.
Hey, who has ocean eyes? Who has ocean eyes? Do you know, so I've always known, I've spoken about this before, my eyes change colour based on my mood. So sometimes they're green, sometimes they're blue, sometimes they're sort of in between, a tealy colour. And I'm always like, does it? I've literally had people I've met for the first time and they went, wow, whoa, your eyes have changed. Like the last time they saw me, like on the same day, it was like I went into a new room with them and they were just like, we went out for eating or something like that. Like we were in a different place and they go, wow, your eyes are a different colour. I mean, the lighting changes it, I get it, but supposedly some eyes change. It must be to do with like the capillaries, right? And stuff like that. Right. We're going to do vitamin G. So for those that don't know, every week we do a moment called Vitamin G, inspired by a friend of my father who said it in passing. He just said vitamin G, which means gratitude. He says he likes to practice it every day. It's just taking a moment out of your day to think about one thing that you're grateful for. It could be a person, it could be a place, it could be an experience. And you don't have to communicate it in the chat. I welcome you to share it, but just thinking about it can mean a lot. I try and do this more often, but I haven't lately, is when my head hits the pillow at night, is just before you go to sleep, especially if you're feeling anxious, just think of like a few things. It could be, I'm grateful for lying in a really comfy bed right now. That could be a massive difference. It could be, I'm really grateful that I achieved this today at work. It could be that I'm grateful for being a part of an awesome VR community or online community. So yeah, share your vitamin Gs, and then I'll read out some of yours, and then I'll tell this quick story, and then we'll leave it. But my vitamin G is going to go to Alex VR in the chat. Alex, I have the pleasure of working with, and I actually got to co-host with him yesterday. XR Update. He took very good care of me, did all the producing in real time and stuff like that, and it was just an absolute blast hanging out at Gamescom together. And yeah, often I will talk about like I'm grateful this week for colleagues, but to have one in the chat, it's always better when you can make it more tangible. So yeah, Alex, much appreciation for you, dude. Let's have a look here. What have we got? And yeah, do join our Discord, people, if you haven't already. Discord, Empathy Arcade, link is in the description. It's just a feel-good place to hang out between the shows. So do it. Let's have a look here. Oh yes, Vitamin G. Hold on a sec, just a mo. Mike says, I'm grateful for my VR headset. It is pretty remarkable we live at a time where you can have like the imagination machine in your home. It's pretty incredible, right? Paradise says, I'm grateful for meeting all the VR fam at Gamescom. Justifash says, grateful for my family. Callie says, it's a couple weeks late now, but this time rounds, it's for a friend whom I've known for 34 years and her husband, who helped me drown my sorrows the week after I was let go from my job. Again, I'm really sorry to hear that, and I do hope you find yourself back on your feet. But it's good that you have friends that can look out for you. It's always difficult with friends because when it happens to a friend, and you know they've got a job and stuff like that, you're always thinking like, what can I do to be supportive? Because it's easier said than done. Of like, you'll find a job. When you're in those moments, you know, you're thinking the lifeline and money. It can be very difficult. So, yeah, completely relate to that. Mojo says, my vitamin G this week is for a comfy bed that I've been managing to get some good sleep in. I'm thankful for a warm, comfy place to sleep and a roof over my head too. Lovely. What else we got? Yeah, much love to you, Alex. Much love, dude. I'm grateful that PD introduced me to the world of Quest. There we go. Recommendations. Oh yeah, Vitamin G reminded me of your question, Myles. What question? I'm getting lost now. Let's have a look here. I'm grateful to be getting to the finish line of Behemoth. I didn't get to play Behemoth at Gamescom. Oh no. But I can't wait to play it at launch, man. I can't wait to play it at launch and on a live stream talk about all the things that need improving. Dude, it's going to be an absolute blast. And for anyone who doesn't know anything about this game, just search Behemoth on YouTube, trailer, VR. It looks impressive. Really, really, really good. Since you asked. Got it. Mike says, Myles, did you get back on your feet job-wise, or are you full-time YouTube? I was never full-time YouTube. I work for Impact Reality and Flat to VR Studios, so I've been with them for 4 months now. It will be 4 months in 2 days on Friday. I can't believe that, honestly. Has it really been that, or is it going to be 5 months? May, June, July, August. Wow, 4 months. I honestly can't believe that. That is ridiculous. 16 weeks. That's all it's been. Oh my goodness. Silver Nexus says, grateful for making to the live show before it ends. I scrolled past yours, Kira. I thought I read yours, Kira. Sorry. Let me go up. Scrolling. Where is it? I could have done a search, but I am still scrolling. Oh, it was this. I did. Sorry, it was because I showed it in the credits. Kira Cat Lady says, watched a lot of music streams and found a new streamer that has a wicked humour and slightly unhinged audience. I don't know what you're on about, an unhinged audience. I wouldn't know anything of the sort. Let's have a look here. Yeah, 44 minutes now, right? Okay, I'm going to end on this. I'm not going to mention who it is specifically, although I probably have on a previous live stream. I have a friend of mine who is a host of a very, very popular YouTube channel, like millions of subscribers. And I know we were chatting once, and I think it was during the pandemic. I was working at a factory helping build respiratory equipment for hospitals just so I could get out the house because I was losing my mind indoors. And he just said one day something along the lines of, dude, what you're doing is just like so admirable. Like you're doing something of like constructive work or like societal worth. I just make videos about gaming. And I was like, no. because, and this is what I was trying to get to earlier in terms of like value adding. I was talking earlier about value adding doesn't have to be about like volunteering or working in hospitals or being a fire brigade or anything like that, a firefighter. But I told him basically, dude, when I get home from work and I'm having a bad day or I feel stressed, I put on one of your videos and it makes me feel so good because you're funny, you're entertaining, you're informative. And I'm just one person out of the hundreds of thousands, millions of people that watch. So just because you're not doing these classical, admirable jobs, which are admirable, we all play a part in society. You need people doing a bit of everything for the fabric to hold itself together. So I just want people to know that, like, with whatever work you do, the reason you do it is because you're supporting someone and you're making something happen. Okay? And so always keep that in mind. The bigger picture is that is what society is. If we just always worried about those again, classical, admirable jobs, who would do everything else? And so, you know, people that work in hospitals and have just saved a life, they go home probably quite stressed and they need a good stand-up comedian to make them laugh or a nice piece of music to put them at ease that was created by a musician. So, yeah, or watching a live stream of someone that's gaming. So always think about that. Always think about that with a bigger picture. Well, with that said, I am going to wrap things up. I'm going to lie down on this floor for a bit, I guess. But yeah, if you are subscribed to PSVR Without Parole, I will see you in 42 minutes, 42 minutes, and 41 minutes. And if you aren't subscribed, go check it out. Subscribe. Link is on my channel. So much love to you all, people. You're all brilliant. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.